Get ready for Makeup and Mythology Monday. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Cielo here. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have a bare face because we are starting a new segment today, okay? But first off, I want to say thank you so much to anyone who's subscribed. I think we're about 415 subscribers deep right now. Slow but steady, slow but steady. So I want to thank y'all who are already liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? I'm Dom. I make videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, and other days if I feel like it. I'm raising prizes this week. But yeah, I do beauty and commentary and history stuff. I really like history. That's like my favorite thing. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, just go ahead and click that like button, subscribe, and ring the little bell for notifications when I upload. Try to upload every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday around noon Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and subscribe. Okay, let's dig in. Today on this lovely October 26th, 2020. It's a lovely Monday, lovely Manifest Monday. But it's now also Makeup and Mythology Monday. Ow! So basically what I'm going to do, I kind of combined Bailey Sarian, who does like the Murder Mystery Monday, Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays, and then like John Solo, who does like Mess Up Origins. I love mythology. I think it's so fascinating. So I'm like, I want to smash the two together. Just smash the two together. So today is our first Makeup and Mythology Monday. And y'all know I love my alliterations. So for this reason, I'm starting off with bare face. I'm going to do my makeup while telling you about a folklore from somewhere around the world. Today we're gonna keep on a Latin American theme. And I'm excited. This is the first time I've heard of this creature, of this folklore. So I'm excited to tell you guys about it. And stay tuned. Before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that all the posture links below in the description, okay? Also on my IG, so be sure to follow me on IG at Don La Belleza. Okay, but today we are going to be doing a rose gold cut crease and looking at the legend of La Ciguapa. Okay, now La Ciguapa comes to us from the wonderful island of Dominican Republic. Is it an island? Almost island, Dominican Republic. Peninsula, right? Because like one side has a border with Haiti. Anyways, that doesn't matter. People think I'm from there because I speak Spanish. Which I think is kind of cool though. Like I love their culture. I love the people. Like, it's just so dope. Like, actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like my intro, my outro is bachata, which is from the DR. Just saying. If you're watching from the DR, please let me know if I got this tale right. I did my research online. I actually don't go to any of my Dominican friends. I have quite a few, but hopefully I do this proud. I'm pretty sure, like, we're pretty blunt. We're all black, so someone let me know if I fucked it up. Okay. Now, the story of La Ciguapa goes back to colonial times. There's a lot of debate about the origin of La Ciguapa. Some people think it's Taino, but they're saying there's nothing like that in Taino history that predates colonization. But they think that because actually, what's the name of this bird? It's called the Ciguapa palmero, is the official bird of the Dominican Republic. People think it's just kind of a hybrid of like African tradition, Indian tradition, and the Spanish come together and make this kind of cool. Whichever kind of like whatever its origins, it's pretty fascinating. Actually, I love when they're like female creatures. Like, I don't know, like this one I think would fall into like a femme fatale kind of creature. I love a good man murderer. That's just personally how I feel. It's not bad. Just trying to cover up my imperfections right now. La Ciguapa is said to live in the mountainous region of the Dominican Republic where the woods are. She is a beautiful pharaoh woman where they are. I think there's more than one of them. I think there's more than one of them. They're said to be beautiful pharaoh women. They are always naked with long dark hair down to their ankles, beautiful faces, and backwards feet. And the origins of the backwards feet is probably one of the most disputed things about this tale. Some people think this comes from Taino, but they're like, no, they don't have that in this culture. Other people think it's from the Hindus. They're like, how they get there. So it's fascinating. Young children are advised not to go out at night because La Ciguapa likes to feed on flesh, human flesh. They lure lonely men into their caves that are wandering in the forest, of course, because they don't leave the forest. Forest is like their place. That's their happy place. La Ciguapa's happy place is the forest. So they lure lonely men into the forest with their beauty and sensuality, make sweet passionate love to them, and then eat them, which just kills them. That's probably my favorite part of it, honestly, that they eat the men. Honestly, kind of deserve it. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. One account of La Ciguapa goes as follows. A man was taken to La Ciguapa's cave where she forced him to make love to her. A man was bewildered by the La Ciguapa song, and he was taken to her cave where he was forced to make sweet love to her.
Sweet, sweet love all through the night.
And the creature, to keep the man from escaping, scrapes the bottom of the skin of his feet with some primitive tool and communicates only in guttural sounds. End quote. My question though is like, guttural sounds? What are guttural sounds? They are nocturnal creatures, so that means they just mostly come out at night. They don't play in the daytime stuff. But some people are awake, you know. People are annoying. So I feel them on that. But they come out at night, and so because their feet are backwards, you can't tell like where, like, you can't tell if they're coming or going. So it looks like they're going, but they're actually coming. And vice versa. No one should look them in the eye because the Ciguapa is known to bewitch people. Witchcraft is their specialty. But also, two people are told to not capture the Ciguapa because the Ciguapa activity will die of sadness. I totally feel that. Their witchcraft is top notch because apparently they only communicate in like whines and screeches and howls and chirping. Apparently they can chirp. They're very naturally in tune. La Ciguapa is. The story of La Ciguapa has been passed down from century to century to century, thus making a huge game of telephone for the rest of us. Well, for all of us. Because the version of La Ciguapa as like this carnivorous seductress of the night is the most popular version. The research I did. But it's not the only version. There are actually some versions of La Ciguapa's story that portray her as a protector of nature that only harms the people who like cut down trees or kill animals or harm the environment in any way. But another popular version of La Ciguapa is a version of her where she's just a shy creature that lives in the woods. You know, she likes to live and sleep in her trees. eats small animals and fruits and berries to survive, and seeds. She eats seeds too. I wonder why seeds. These are good seeds. What kind of seeds she be eating? A poet, novelist, essayist, from Santo Domingo named Francisco Javier Angulo Guardi wrote his own account of La Ciguapa in one of the many works he published in 1866. He describes La Ciguapa as follows. La Ciguapa, which is the name by which it is known, is a creature that only stands to be a rod in height, though it should not be believed that its proportions there are a deformity like those of the so-called dwarves of Europe and America. For there is an exact harmony in her muscles, her limbs, a wonderful beauty in her face, and an agility in her movements. She has the bronze skin of a true Indian, the black and slanted eyes, the soft, luscious, abundant hair that rolls down the backs of the female to the calf. La Ciguapa only has one language, the howl. Ow! End quote. But I mean, I guess, is this version, is she still doing witchcraft though? Because if she only speaks by howl, how did the men come to her? Right? Like, I guess she's still no witchcraft in this version, right? So if like someone howled at me, I would definitely just run away. Like, I definitely not messing with you if you howling at me. If you can't communicate in human language, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work out. Now, in Hirui's story, in Guridi's version of La Ciguapa, there is a young couple that goes into the river and they are spied by a male Ciguapa. Plot twist. Because I don't know how many of them mentioned there being like males. But I guess I think about that before. Like, how would they make more Ciguapas? Unless they could like lay eggs. Is that why they ate seeds? Is that how that works? The cool lands are so interesting. There are male Ciguapas. Oh, it's just fascinating. Right, anyways. It turns out the Ciguapas are like always filled with jealousy and like despair when they see a person of the opposite sex.
Damn breeders.
Basically in the story that like the male Ciguapa sees the female and it's consumed with jealousy and dies a few days later, and then so does the female. She dies a few days later. And the same goes for the female Ciguapa or the Ciguapa, which must be Ciguapa. She sees the male and dies a few days later from jealousy. Which really doesn't make that much sense. Like, what are you so jealous of? Like, what? Like, maybe there's something I'm missing to the story. Something is not adding up. Like, why are they gonna see you? Like, they don't know you. Like, why are you automatically getting upset over some chick or dude you don't know? Like, you're worse than the fangirls, right? Yeah, like, Guridi. This is like the one name I'm like really having a hard time with today. So Guridi, his version of this story does not have the Ciguapa being this hypnotizing sex demon that eats people. In his version, they're just shy and sweet, and apparently the jealousy creates a connection between the person and the creature, which ultimately leads to death. which I'm just like, how exactly? Like, how? It's in the book, Ciguapa. Her jealousy ends in death. When it is that the female Ciguapa surprise is such that the male lover dies. When it is such, the male lover dies at the same time as the Ciguapa. When it is a male Ciguapa, the female lover dies, as did my poor Marcelina. Okay. When it is a male Ciguapa, the female lover dies, as did my poor Marcelina. End quote. I don't know this Yurudi guy, but his version is just weird and depressing. Like, so they just die, but like, why'd they die? Like, I feel like it'd be interesting at least if someone like captured them or something. Like, give me some action, dude. Like, it's gonna be 2 out of 5 stars for me, dog. Anyways, you see there's a few different versions of La Ciguapa's tale. And I honestly like the first one of her being a man-eating demon. Well, not demon, but like a man-eating creature. Talks to night and is like, hey boys, come here. But like in a screechy valley sound. It's not like that. You think a how or oh. That's why I like imagine when they say like it's like she speaks in guttural sounds. Oh. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with my favorite version of La Ciguapa as her being a flesh-eating demon. Cool, cool. Okay, so in most versions you can't track her again because of the backwards feed, which I'm like kind of brilliant. Even though like I'm just like I have so many questions, but like that's still like super brilliant when you think about it. Like they don't know whether you're coming or going. It's just brilliant. And so they were hard to catch, obviously, because of that. So apparently you can only ever catch a Ciguapa on a full moon with the aid of the special dog. I wonder what kind of dog is it. I feel like the dog that leads like the people on the Day of the Dead, is it that same dog? But I can't pronounce this indigenous word, but I have respect for this dog. Maybe it's that kind of dog. Anyways, yeah, so basically, and even if you catch her, there's still a chance that she will use her powers and bewitch you and then, you know, bang your brains out and then kill you. It's gonna kill you and eat your brains out. That's classic Ciguapa. Freaking highlighter, get on this freaking brush, bruh. But honestly, I kind of think the Ciguapa's epic. Like, she already had like that 3-year-old's mindset. Like, get the head, the bread, the murder. Epic. So it's just fascinating to me because the creature, like, La Ciguapa only comes out at night. And she'll only eat, like, if she can't find people, she'll only eat, like, fruits and vegetables and small animals to survive. But even more so, she's known to, like, raid villages at night for food while everyone's sleeping. Which I think is hilarious. Like, they don't really come to villages to get people. I feel like that would, I guess that would blow their cover, right? But then I guess they can't talk, so I mean, what does it matter? I guess, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, but I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, they'd be on defense if, like, they're gonna go to your tribe and eat you. They like to be on offense, where it's like, you come to them, and it's probably easier to just kill you in their, like, spot, and then just dump bones wherever they dump the bones. Like, think about it. You brilliant creatures. Yeah, so I feel like this is like my kind of monster, honestly, because she's stealing food, eating men. This is the life. So a lot of, but they say like the villagers, you know, if they hear like a chirping or a howl at night, not to go outside because the Ciguapa's waiting for them. Just waiting for you to look her right in her eyes, bewitch you, make sweet love to you, and then kill you. They have attributed a lot of appearances to the Ciguapa, so watch out. Don't wander the woods at night. Which means no camping in the DR. That's great. That is fantastic. So some people do see La Ciguapa as the contradictory coherence of Hispanic Caribbean history and society that becomes a method for contestory movements. Anti-Haitianism, negrophobia, misogyny, and homophobia in the Dominican Republic have inspired what they call a Ciguapeo, as an auto-octunious method deployed by queer, black identified, and anti-racist feminist movements. As most people know, that Haiti was the first country in the New World to have overthrown its colonial power, the French. So actually there was a period of history between 1822 and 1842 approximately that Haiti had control of the Dominican Republic before they were overthrown by Dominican revolutionaries. So that's part of where this, because there's always been a lot of accusations of the DR being anti-black, even though being a very black country, and that Haitians are actually ones that are black, and then Dominican people are mixed, and it's a combination of both. Like, again, I passed Dominican. So what does that tell you? So I finally found a source talking about Ciguapear. Okay. So, Ciguapear is to act, to call into being a method for political, intellectual, and cultural strategies of undoing imperialism, racism throughout the hemisphere. To Ciguapear entails rejecting the seductive perils and pitfalls of nationalism in a distinctly Dominican way. To Ciguapear is to simultaneously enact, and discern disunification, dissemblance in Dominican history, society, culture, and politics. Accordingly, El Ciguapeo is inherently progressive and regressive at once. The myth of La Ciguapa was born of these contradictions. The Ciguapa metaphor elucidates them. La Ciguapa method addresses them. Perhaps the prime example of the Ciguapa as a myth metaphor method is the most recent history of negrophobic and misogynistic nationalism in the Dominican Republic. So it's just fascinating. Keep in mind, Ciguapeo as a method, however, I would argue that black identified women and children were primary targets of the Trujillo state for reasons that were such about misogynistic philosophy as they were nationalist anti-Haitianism. So it's interesting. So they were saying that the reason they were wanting to claim La Ciguapa as indigenous was to combat Haitianism, to differentiate themselves because the Haitians are black. It's interesting. It's just interesting. See, the Hispanic Caribbean is home to the most territorially contained and most globally dispersed populations of the hemisphere. In other words, the Hispanic Caribbean is home to constant, contradictory, and contested struggles over colonialism, past and present, over racism, humanism, enslavement and freedom, sovereignty and imperialism, nationalism, despotic consciousness. Like the mythical Ciguapa folklore in Santo Domingo, repression and resistance face, point, and move together in divergent directions at once. it has become extremely clear to me over the past decade. So I've been tracking and mapping the latest iteration of anti-Haitianism and negrophobia in the Dominican Republic, and the simultaneous spirit of anti-racist feminist organizing against it. So I guess they see like so basically this author is saying that they see Ciguapa and La Ciguapa as these kind of like, it's like kind of trying to, the conflict of like the old racist ideals conflicting with like trying to reclaim these identities. Because I mean, like, I think it was interesting to me the post probably somewhat identification, because again most people go most people go to the DR and think most people are black, but most people identify themselves as black, and it's like you guys were the first stop in all of this. A lot of people were since the island of Española, so I don't know, it's just fascinating. But yeah, I like this cultural of this tale La Ciguapa. I learned a lot, I feel like, even about the DR, and I love the DR so much. I knew a lot, but now I'm learning even more, and it's so fascinating. So I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe down below. Thank you so much again, and you have a great day.